Hello everyone and welcome back to LM Simulation. It is 2022 and I'd like to welcome everyone to the channel from 2021 and wish everyone a very happy new year. Hope everyone had a smashing Christmas. Kind of goes past too quickly, I must admit. But I did promise you one thing, that in the new year we would be looking at the Rush Hour DLC for Train Sim World 2, and this is exactly what we're going to be doing today. So the first route I'm going to be looking at will be Boston Sprinter, and then we'll be looking at the London Commuter as and when the time comes for that, probably in a couple of weeks' time. We have got some Euro Truck Simulator stuff to do, and other bits, American Truck Simulator and stuff, just to catch up on next week. But for now, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing the Boston Sprinter, the Amtrak. This is the ACS 64 locomotive that we're going to be driving today. There's two types of loco you can drive in this, and it's a fantastic piece of DLC. I'm going to be absolutely honest. So this isn't going to be a review. I'm not going to be reviewing any of the Rush Hour DLCs on the basis that there has been a few hitches with some of them, and I don't want to provide an unbiased view, or a biased view particularly actually, of these products. So these are going to be Let's Plays rather than reviews. So if you want a review of London Commuter or Boston Sprinter, this isn't the place to go. We're just going to be doing a Let's Play and exploring what these fantastic trains have to offer now that they're here in Train Sim World 2. Anyway, so without further ado, let's jump in. As you can see, I've got quite a few new routes that I've added on recently. London Commuter, West Cornwall, local for a start. We've also got Peninsula Corridor that's also been added. So I've spent quite a lot of money over the Christmas period in upgrading my Train Sim World 2 experience. So first of all, we're going to start off with this wonderful Amtrak locomotive. The ACS 64, probably one of my favourite electric locomotives that Amtrak offer, apart from obviously the Acela Express, but that comes later. So for now, Boston Sprinter, let's get started with this and do a full run with the ACS 64. Right, so first things first, when you go in, you have a number of options. Just going to read the blurb for this one. Experience the fastest rail line in America, from modern suburbia to sprawling countryside, linking the state capitals of Massachusetts and Rhode Island, in command of both Amtrak Regional and MBTA commuter operations on the Northeast Corridor, Boston to Providence. Right, so we're going to just be doing a standard timetable service with the ACS 64 locomotive. You also have the F40PH, and you also have the cab car for the F40PH, which is on the other side. We're going to be doing this ACS 64. If you are interested in seeing the F40PH, I will be having a look at that probably later in the month, or maybe even in February, once we've catched up on what we need to catch up on, basically. So it is January. There's quite a few available services, so we're going to be doing the weather as it is outside of my house at the moment, which is it's quite cloudy. It's a little bit wet, but there's not much precipitation. A very small amount of snowfall. That should do. And let's have a look. So we're going to be taking it from Providence to Boston, which is approximately a 40-minute service. But we're going to be doing this one, the 10:30, Providence to Boston. About 49 minutes, this one. So this will be about an hour-long episode here on LM Simulation. Right, so let's jump into Amtrak Northeast Regional number 190 from Providence to Boston. And here it is, the wonderful ACS 64. As the winter sale is still on, I'd just like to welcome everyone to 2022 and look forward to showing you what we've got lined up on the channel for this year. Lots of positive stuff has come of the Christmas period. So anyway, here we go. 10:30. Operate Amtrak Northeast Regional number 190 from Providence to Boston South Station. Let's begin. Right, so we need to unlock the doors first of all. So if I remember, that's the Y key. Yep, there we go. Right, let's have a quick look around this fantastic train. This is essentially the equivalent of probably like a modern Class 92. It's probably the best way to compare it to anything in the UK. It's probably not a fair comparison, to be honest, but yeah, this is a Siemens electric locomotive, I believe, produced by Siemens. I just think it looks the bee's knees. I think any American railroad stuff really does look fantastic, and this ACS 64 is no exception. It just looks stunning. It really does look stunning. And these coaches, these wonderful coaches, let's show you the interior of these business class coaches. So here you go. You get ample legroom, as you can see there. But in these seats you get unlimited legroom. Brilliant, really, really good. Certainly a very nice experience. If you want to just have a sit down, you can and just enjoy the service. You get a table, some place to store your items and stuff like that. These aren't the newest coaches in the world, but they are still quite nice. Probably better than that you'd find in the United Kingdom. Anyway, so that's business class apparently. I'm going to presume there is an economy class down there like normal. Anyway, pantographs up, everything's ready to go. Let's have a look inside this this wonderful locomotive. So in here you've got, which is called the engine room. Not many engines inside here. I think there's only... I need to stand corrected on this, but when I watched the tutorial on how to drive this train, apparently they've got a thing called HEP, head end power, on these, which is essentially your ETS, what provides power to the coaches, and what provides the heating and electrical components that the coaches need to operate. Now, why on earth you can't get ETS from the overhead wires is beyond me, but apparently the head end power is an engine, is a physical engine that you have to fill up with diesel. So I'm not too sure why they can't, because the whole point of an electric train is to reduce the amount of diesel emissions and all of that, but that does the opposite. So very interesting design that. Anyway, so here you've got your major gauges and everything like this. You've got your pantograph selector, MU control, low ground voltage, head end power selector, as you can see here, battery voltage, all of this jazz. Quite a detailed simulation, this train. I can certainly vouch for that. Anyway, so that we're not late, we're going to get going and get everything in. First of all, we need to lock the doors. So, let's go forward. So this is Providence. See if this train wants to go anywhere. I may have missed out doing something, to be honest. Yeah, well, the brake mode's not been selected, so that's the first thing we need to look at doing. So we need to change the brake mode to passenger. The front headlight needs to be on. I'm going to put it on dim, and the ditch light needs to be on. The MCB needs to be... oh, the MCB needs to be closed, which is what it is. Don't need any desk lights because it's early. We don't really need desk lights this time of the day. There we go. That's what we needed to do. Set the brake mode up. Right, so let's have a look from the outside. This fantastic locomotive. So you've got your business class coaches here, right at the front of the train. And then this is coach class. Oh, coach. That's what they call it, don't they? Coach. Northeast Regional. Very nice. Plenty of coaches for everyone. So there we go. Quite a long train, as you can see. So we've got these sort of in-cab signalling systems that this train has, very similar to ETCS and ERTMS in the United Kingdom, but probably a little bit more advanced, I'd say, actually, in the way they do it in America. America seems to be a bit weird because they don't have the advances in the railway infrastructure that we have in the United Kingdom. So they don't have all the sprawling railways, probably because the country's too large to be able to travel by train. If you travel by train from New York to Los Angeles, it would probably take you about 3 or 4 days to, on these sleeper trains that people can do. Not a short trip either way. So people prefer flying. It's a huge business in America, getting people from place to place, business people and stuff like that. But on the shorter sections, on the more suburban sections where you're going from one city to another, say Boston to New York to Washington, that whole northeast corridor area there, a very busy, bustling commuter area, people do travel by train because it is an option. You can do coach, you can do train, you can do car, whatever you feel is best, really, to be honest. Just depends on what you want to get out of your journey. But I'd love to travel on these ACS 64 locomotives. I think they look the bee's knees. They really do. And travelling on this train trip, you'll see exactly why I think so highly of them. They're a lovely locomotive, and the coaches are a lovely colour. I love the Amtrak colour scheme. I think the new Amtrak Acela Express trains that are coming into play now, the brand new ones that have been delivered all the way, that have been manufactured, I think they've been manufactured in America actually. Shipping them over to America would have been too difficult, but those new Acela Express trains are something else. Colour scheme is a bit questionable, so I like the silver, but there you go, you got your regional service there. Don't ask me why that isn't electrified. I'm not too sure on that one. You have to seek advice elsewhere. Anyway, this is the freight yard. As you can see, you got your CSX locomotives over there. Very nice indeed. And I like how the speedo's in miles per hour. I didn't expect that. I thought it was going to be in kilometres an hour. So certainly nice to see. More of the CSX wagons over there. So as a playthrough, this is a fantastic drive. I'm really enjoying it. Probably urge you to get some of these add-ons if you still can. The Steam sale runs until, I believe, January the 5th. Plenty of time to save on these add-ons. And there's the horn, and it automatically turns the bell on, so you can turn that off. But yeah, I got a lot of these in the Steam sale. I probably saved, on average, about 50% per add-on, to be honest, on these. Did very, very well. The Steam sale this year has been extremely kind to us. Oh dear, speed him. We've got a 125 coming up soon, that'll be fun. So one thing I can't understand with these American locomotives is the signalling and the speed systems. They are a bit funny because the maximum authorised speed is currently 60 according to this, but we're doing over 60 and it's letting us, so oh, here we go. So I'm just getting a bit confused with this whole sort of it's not like the UK. It's not simple. You don't go past the speed sign and that's your speed. It's all in-cab signalling, so it gets quite complicated after a time. But I'll get used to it. You know, you get used to all of these add-ons, obviously. In fact, one of the hardest bits of DLC to drive I've actually found is LGV. That's been very difficult, and I am going to feature that at some point if I haven't already. Probably haven't, to be honest. It's one of those add-ons that it takes quite a lot to be able to set the train up and get it going and follow the signalling systems, because obviously France is not, everything's in cab signalling with the high speed lines, and it's a little bit more complicated than just going. So we've got a 125 here. wonder if it's going to let us do this 125. Because we're not stopping anywhere for 25 miles, so... looks like it is. Let's get us up to 125. Yeah, something a Class 92 can't do, I can tell you that. These are very high speed locomotives. It's sort of like a Class 92 design on a Class 90 sort of idea, do you know what I mean? So, because the 90s can do 110 in the UK. But now they're talking about upgrading the East Coast main line in the United Kingdom to 140 miles an hour again. That'll be interesting to see if they do manage that. Wow. That'll probably be an MBTA commuter station. Well, we're absolutely motoring along now. Just want to get to 125 before the speed limit changes in a mile. Very fast indeed. So we've got the 110 coming up very shortly. Let's slow down for that. $150? What? What train does 150? Honestly. We don't. I'm fairly sure we don't. That must be for the Acela Express. 150 miles an hour, God. That's faster than anything in the United Kingdom. Apart from Eurostar, of course. Shove us back into notch 10 and see how fast we can get this thing to go. I don't know what the top speed of this locomotive is. I think it's 125, is it? I don't know if it tells you anywhere. Okay, well, I'll just knock us out at 125, see how fast it wants to go. This thing is really motoring, I can tell you that. And you have coaches like these in the United Kingdom, probably very similar body shells to Mark III's, but they seem to be kind of streamlined, so I can understand these going quite a high speed. Here's the station. Wow. Holy moly. Got a PIS screen. This is Attleborough. Boston South Station, 11:33. Well, quite a while to the next train there. I think this train's reached its limit, 126. Really, I did not realise these trains can go this fast. So when I go to America, whenever I can, I'm hoping to get there at some point in the next couple of years, maybe. I've never been to America before. I've actually went to Niagara Falls, and when I was a kid, that's the closest I ever got to America. I was on the Canadian side. But yeah, I really want to try out these trains. Go to Boston and try out the Northeast Corridor. Get out my my speedometer app on my phone and see how fast we're going. Yeah, certainly lots to do. But in terms of Rush Hour, the DLC, I'll be honest and say I'm not too sure where the Rush Hour aspect of this comes in. It doesn't feel as much like London Commuter, because I've tried London Commuter out, and London Commuter feels like it's really careered towards the sort of Rush Hour market. And it feels like it when you're in Victoria, very busy, bustling. But it just doesn't feel to me like this is so much of a Rush Hour route. It seems to me this is just a standard route. That's the only thing I'll say bad about it, because every single other aspect of it is really good, apart from the snow that is disappearing as I'm going along the track for some reason. Route 128, Track 2. I still don't know where that is. Is that a place? Is that Boston South, or are we stopping for another train there, maybe? I'll tell you what though, this feels like a really fast line. Dead straight, high speed. Yeah, definitely feeling this. I can assure you that. And I love this horn. It just feels so... scary though, that you've got little platforms down there and trains go past it at 150 miles an hour. You know, the speed of the wind trains that fast will cause some serious damage to anyone that's standing anywhere near the edge of the platform. Honestly, very, very scary. Maybe it's just the land of common sense. Maybe that's what this place is, the land of common sense. Maybe they don't need to have barriers to stop people from getting close to high-speed lines on the basis that you want to stand that close to a train doing 150. There's only one thing that's going to happen, you know. So, but in terms of the appearance of the train, in terms of the graphical sort of appearance, I think this is a very nice-looking train. I've never doubted the Americans. I always thought they had some very, very nice looking trains, rolling stock. And the coaches, you know, you've got business class here, coach class here, another coach class there. There'll be a buffet in there somewhere, potentially. Oh, there's a cafe here. There you go. Food service car. Oh, there's a little people sat at their seats and a buffet. Very nice. And the running sounds are very nice indeed. Yeah, so you've got loads and loads of economy class, coach class. You've got your buffet here. So this locomotive, wow. If only they had the different colour schemes that Amtrak have. They've got loads of different colours. I think there's a pink version of this for like breast cancer or something like that. They've done some really, really cool sort of colour schemes on these ATS 64s. That's the only thing that this simulator is missing, is that sort of selection of colour schemes. Yeah, I mean, it might be included, I just haven't found it yet. So, but in terms of a simulation, in terms of an aspect to be able to showcase the highest speeds that American trains can go for now, that is, yeah, I think this does a really good job. I just wish there was an Acela Express so you could actually take it up to 150. Because you're not going to get 150 in this. You know, the max speed of this train is 125, but it occasionally wants to push 130. From the station. Can't imagine me standing there and this train came through at 127 miles an hour. Mind you, in the United Kingdom, you know, we've got stations where trains pass at 125. Oh, is that a cautionary signal? I'm going to start braking. Yep, I'm braking. I'm braking. I'm braking, don't worry. Yeah, we're about 5 miles away, but 5 miles in a train like this comes really quickly, especially doing those speeds. That's just down to 89 miles an hour. Cruise us off at 75, see what it wants to do with us, because it seems to me that we're on a load of yellow signals. Although I don't ultimately understand what these signals mean. I don't know. It doesn't seem to. There doesn't seem to be like a pattern. Like in the UK, you've got double yellow, single yellow, red, green, double yellow, single yellow, red, green. You're never going to have a oh shoot. See, this is what I mean. Holy moly, we're going to spad. Yep, we're going to spad. No we're not, no we're not, no we're not actually. Is it you that's causing the issue, or? Wow, okay. We must be following a commuter train. Okay, that was scary. That was really scary. I don't recommend ever doing that. Ever. Oh, it's a junction. Ah, it's a junction, that'll be why. God in hell, that feels American, doesn't it? That was scary though. Braking at that speed down to that red. I honestly thought I was going to spad, and in this game, once you spad, there's no coming back. Wow. Okay. Saved by the bell, quite literally. Right. We are still following this train, so I'm going to have a look on the map and see where it is. So we're here. Can you see a train? Yes, I can. Here. There is a train ahead, yep. So just increasing sort of slowly because I'm not, I'm a little bit temperament about these signals. I'm not entirely sure that they're telling me the truth, basically. There is no pattern, like I said. double yellow, single yellow, red, green. It doesn't work like that in this country. It feels so weird, and I definitely need to go on a sort of a signalling understanding course before you drive these trains. It's all fine and well learning how to use the HEP motor and all of that jazz, but you're not going to get anywhere if you don't know how to understand the signals. Plain and simple, to be honest. Right, I'm going to cut us off at 60 because I don't trust this train to go much faster than 60, to be honest. Yeah, there you go, told you. So we are running a bit late now. Not too sure if we're meant to be running a bit late, but whatever, I think we were probably meant to pass that junction there, and this train is meant to go behind us, but because we're running late, he's just shoved it in front of us, which is very kind of him. Thank you, Sigler. Appreciate that. See the signal, there's nothing in front of us, so I don't know why it's not letting us proceed into the block. Maybe it's like an approach control signal. Maybe you need to approach it at a certain speed and then it will jump into life. Or maybe it's just playing silly buggers with me. You never know. Got no idea. Literally have no idea about these signals. I'm going to get down to about 8 miles an hour and then I'm going to release to see if these signals change. Wake up the signaller. There's nothing in front of us. Nope. I have no idea. Am I meant to tab or? This is not like Train Simulator. This does not work in the same way. Come on. I mean, we are late now, we're definitely late, but... Oh well, let's stop. For all good, that will do. I'll put it into neutral. No idea what's going on here. Literally no idea. Let's have a look where that train ahead of us is. Oh, he's miles ahead. Absolutely miles. Yeah. Absolutely miles ahead. So why are we being held here? Let me contact signaller. Proceed at restricted speed. Oh, I've had to tab. I've never had to tab in this game before. That is bizarre. Right, we'll proceed at restricted speed as you told us to. What is that restricted speed? Are you going to tell me? I'm probably going to cap it off at 20. To be honest, so... Alternatively, right, this is a really weird theory. Does red not necessarily mean stop? What? If it doesn't, unstoppable. What have I just? I've unlocked an achievement. Unstoppable. Operate any rail vehicle for 1,000 miles. I thought that meant go for a red signal illegally or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, does it? On a rather bizarre note, does red not necessarily mean stop? So red could mean proceed. I mean, these signals here, they tell you more than the signals in real life do. So maybe if you approach a signal and it says restrict 20 miles an hour, then maybe you're allowed to go through it, but you're restricted to 20. Whereas if it comes up and it says stop signal, then you have to stop. There's different types of red signals. Oh my god. I'm done with American Railways. What is this? Why would you have two different types of red signal? If that is indeed true. I need some clarification on that. That is bizarre. Anyway, we're due to stop here at this station, which is apparently called Route 128. I'm in just disbelief of what the hell's just happened. I don't know where we are. What's going on? No idea. Just been told to proceed at restricted speed. Is this our train? Yeah, 10:57. Yeah, that's us. We're late. I know we're late. Sorry. This feels a lot more like rush hour now. I can tell you that. Look at all the passengers. Let's get to the end of this platform and start braking. Right, so here we are. Washington DC. Wow. This is literally, this station's called Route 128. Haha! Should have signs like this in the UK. You're only creating issues. You really are. Yeah, we're late, I know. Right, I don't know when it's going to let us go or whether the next signal's red as well, by the way, guys, so I don't know what's going on. Honestly, I'm absolutely lost with this. I'm just going to follow what the in-cab signalling says, because I'm just completely lost with this. I don't know what the hell's going on. Right, back into the cab. Let's take the window down. So restricted to 20. Okay, well, we'll see what happens when we get approaching that signal. If anything changes, that is. Ah, we've got a green. Wonderful. Maybe I was meant to go through that red signal. I'm so confused. Anyway, we're late, guys, so we're going to speed away like nobody's business. we've got a green now, so don't know what the signals were doing there. I mean, we're about 10 minutes late now, so. Train doesn't like being in notch 10, but I don't care. Like, we need speed, and we need speed now. Yeah, it's a beautiful locomotive though. Oh, honestly, the design. Oh, it's just, I don't know. It's do you know why? It's because it looks like a Class 68. Or it looks like a Class 88 actually, to be honest, with the overhead wires. But it looks like a Class 88. I think that's the styling, and it's really cool styling. Alright, let's get going. Head to Boston as quickly as we can. It's only 8 miles away now, guys. Doing alright. Yeah, this is what true speed feels like, really. Yeah, station's getting closer now. You can tell we're getting closer to Boston. I'm going to keep the bell on just because we are really in suburbia now. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyable drive this. I would absolutely recommend anyone who's thinking of getting this to get it. The Steam sale's still on. I will provide a link in the description both to this add-on and various other bits. But this is definitely worth getting. I'm a big advocate for DLCs that I thoroughly enjoy, and this is one of them. It just feels so fast and rapid. I just wish it was longer. Anyway, big news has been revealed in the new year, and I wanted to mention this in this video because it does relate to Train Sim World 2, but we do have another third-party developer that has just joined the Train Sim World 2 team. The green light has officially been given to Just Trains to start working on Train Sim World 2 content. Both, I believe that must be both trains and routes. I must admit that is a huge thing. Can't wait to see what they're going to bring to the team. In fact, they've started work on Train Sim World 2 stuff already. Over Christmas they were starting work on it. So yeah, really hyped as to what that could mean and where we could be going with Train Sim World 2 in the future. Very positive future for this game, that is for sure. Anyway, let's approach Boston. Lots more to showcase on Train Sim World 2 this year as we start a brand new year. 2022 is here and among us, and I can't wait to bring you some more content here. We've got Farming Simulator covered. That's coming in around March. I'm hoping to get OMSI fixed and ready for you in the short future. Flight Simulator is coming back. Yeah, we've got loads and loads of stuff coming on the LM Simulation channel. Really look forward to joining you. And if you like real life trains, I'm going to provide a link to my real life channel, Leo Martin, which is my name. I'm going to provide a link to that in the description below if you like real life trains. I go here, there and everywhere. And I'm just about to launch a partnership with a good friend of mine from work on real life railways, collaborating on his channel. So if the real life railways are for you, if you like real life trains, go see my channel below. I will provide a link for it in the description. Brand new collaboration coming for that very soon in 2022. So looking forward to seeing what that might give. But in the meantime, I hope you have enjoyed this video. It's been wonderful to make. And seriously, this is the Rush Hour DLC, and I'm so happy that I've been able to bring this to you finally. It's been a long time coming. Steam sales has certainly helped with the lack of money, but for now, this has been a wonderful video to make. And welcome to the city of Boston, Massachusetts. I believe it's Boston, Massachusetts. I believe that's it. Welcome to Boston, Massachusetts. Here we go, let's unlock the doors. And that has been an incredibly fun run all the way up from Providence to here in Boston on Trainsim World's Northeast Corridor, Boston to Providence, new in Trainsim World 2, as part of the Rush Hour DLC released earlier last year. So if you'd like to get this piece of DLC, I do thoroughly recommend it. All the details will be in the description below. There is a sale on Steam just for a limited amount of time, another 5 days I believe. So do get there and grab this for a cheap deal if you want it at the moment. Certainly worth it, and I can recommend this piece of DLC to you. Being very fun to drive, and we will be back in Trainsim World 2 very soon to reveal the best piece of DLC that I've experienced recently. The very immersive London to Brighton, London commuter route for Trainsim World 2. But I'll be back next week with some trucking. We're back in the trucking world with some new skins, new ways to pimp my truck, and we're going to be exploring some more map extensions that I finally got, both for American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator, as well as some new wagon loads, which is something that I've recently acquired for both of those games. So lots more to come, lots more to experience, and a lot of fun to be had. So welcome to LM Simulation. I've been Leo Martin. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. All the best, take care, and ta-ra!